Hey guys, so it is day 2 of my 5-day, 5-continent challenge. I think we're going to talk about Africa. Once again, I'm not going to tell you guys what cities I in the countries that I was at. If you guys want to jump in and try to figure it out, great. But let's talk about how my friend and I were robbed in Africa. So when I first started traveling, her and I would always take these trips to everywhere. We would use a company called Gate One Travel. We've used their company for Africa, Dubai, I think India, Costa Rica, Colombia, Europe, and a couple of other countries. So our trip to Africa, I think it was about 25 days. We went to 5 cities in between. We started in Cape Town and ended in Johannesburg. So it's like 5 cities in between there. It was absolutely beautiful. This is actually our second time going to Africa. We went to the northern part, Morocco, a few years before we went to the southern part of Africa. And we wanted a different experience. I felt like when we were in Morocco, it was more like Miami, like DJ Khaled. I felt like it was giving those vibes. Just everything about Morocco just felt Miami-ish. And I said, I want a little bit more us. Let me see what's really being seen. Let me say this. What we see on TV is not what Africa looks like. Again, we went from Cape Town to Johannesburg. We did a ton of safaris. It was beautiful there. Out of all of the continents I've been to, Africa probably has the best scenic views, from hills and mountains and hiking paths. It is absolutely stunning. I'm going to try to drop some pictures in of our African experience, and even just like safari, some animals and just African, safari stuff like that. But we were told when we got with Gate One, usually, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gate One or other travel companies. When you book with a travel company, first of all, we got our travel ticket off of Groupon. We booked it on Groupon. It was a flash sale. I think we did, like I said, 25 days, 5 or 6 cities. It included the flights, tours, meals. I think we spent, guys, I know for a fact we spent well under $3,000, and we upgraded our flights. And I think that may have taken us over, but it was Africa, so $3,000 is nothing. This is when Groupon, we weren't really using Groupon. We thought, it's a scam, No, it wasn't. You would buy the ticket on Groupon or buy the voucher on Groupon, use the voucher to contact the company. The company would give you your list of dates. You pick your dates, and it was it. That was it. Super, super easy. The difference is, and I guess people would say a negative, is that you have to buy the Groupon outright. You couldn't split the payments. You would have to have the money then. So when we got ours, it was a flash sale. I think it was a 3-day flash sale, and let's say it was $22,299. We had to book it that day because the flash sale was on 3 days. So Gate One, you pick your location, and then when you get to the airport, there's somebody with a sign, say Gate One Travel. And so it's usually a group of people. You can do escorted tours or solo tours. This one we did escorted because we just wanted, it's Africa. We didn't really know, we don't really know what's going on in Africa. So we did escorted. So it's probably, let's say 15, 16 people with us. Okay. While we were on, and we got an English-speaking tour guide. While we were on the bus and as we were traveling through different cities, one of the things that the tour guide harped on is making sure you don't have money hanging out. Make sure you're not taking money out when you're out at the bazaars and the markets. Make sure you're being discreet when you're going in your purse. Make sure you're discreet when you're going in your wallet. Double check. Make sure you didn't leave anything, etc., etc. He also at some point mentioned, when you're at the hotel, make sure you put your belongings in your luggage and lock it up, or put them in the closet and lock it up. Put a lock on it, which was interesting because out of all the places we had been before then, no one has told us, make sure you are locking your stuff up. For her and I, when we do long trips, if I'm somewhere for a week, I live there. When I say we're going back to the hotel, no, we're going home. That's why I live for 7 days. So we unpack our stuff. We separate our things and da-da-da-da-da. We act like we live there. We don't like to live out of suitcases when we're certain places. So we got to the last leg of our trip, We had no issues, guys. We when you do escorted tours, there are tours that you can go with the group, or there are things that you can do separate from. You don't have to necessarily spend the whole time with the group. So a lot of times we'll branch off from the group just because, you know, we don't really like people. So we'll branch off. So this particular day, we branched off and said we're going to just travel the city and just kind of walk around, see what's what. Guys, we packed our stuff, put it in the luggage. I locked mine. I assume she locked hers. When we got back to the hotel, she's looking around and she can't find her like a makeup case. She couldn't find her little makeup bag. So we're like, let's look everywhere. We couldn't find it nowhere. So we noticing, I'm like, wait a minute. When we travel, sometimes we like to say, we don't need no room service. We just leave, we don't need your room service. We good. We'll make our own bed. Can you just give us some bottles of water and towels? So I'm like, was this left like this? Was this left like this? And I'm like, I think somebody been in here. So we looking, she cannot find her makeup bag. So we go down to the front desk and we say, hey, was there someone in our room? The hotel person says, well, yeah, there was something going on with your AC. Remember yesterday you guys talked about your AC not working or blah, blah, blah. And so there was a maintenance guy for the maintenance guy in the hotel went in the room. So we go back upstairs and I said, okay, what's in the makeup thing? Was it makeup? And she's like, no, it wasn't makeup. It was like my chargers, my work phone charger, my work computer charger, my iPhone charger, my iPad charger, my iCloud charger, my hair charger. All her chargers and all her stuff was in there, y'all. Her portable charger, her charger to charge the car that we didn't have because we was not in the States. Everything. All her charges, all her stuff was in there, y'all. And you know that stuff, her like her little earbud thingies, that little case, that little charger. And we always carry like a convertible charger for different countries. Like that stuff is expensive. It could be like $50. So all her chargers with all her iPhone stuff, you know, that stuff is like, at this point, hundreds of dollars. So I'm like, okay, let's look one more time, friend. Because if I have to go down here, we look again, can't find it. So I called down there and I'm like, hey, where's the maintenance guy that came in here? These folks, they hung up in my face, y'all. Now, y'all probably got a sense of my attitude based on my last video and based on some of my videos. Y'all, I flew down those steps. My friend, she was like, stop. I get down to the front. I said, did you just hang up on me? I didn't. Yes, you did. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. First of all, we told y'all not to go in our room. Second of all, her stuff has been stolen. So now we can get the police involved. Call the police. There's no need to call the police. Oh, yeah. Get them down here. Because I'm ready to slap you for real for hanging up in my face. We get the police here. My friend is boiling. And I completely understood. It's like the police y'all were on their side. It was like, almost like where you should have locked your stuff up. And she should have locked her stuff up, but just because she didn't lock her stuff up don't mean it's okay to come in there and steal. And furthermore, we told y'all don't even go in there. Like, so yeah, she should have locked her stuff up. But my God, we in Africa, you gonna steal from us? Like, what y'all all? I said, seem like to me y'all all working together. I don't know what y'all got going on, but friend, we need to go back upstairs before I get arrested. Cause her and I, we do very good with traveling with each other, and we kind of made it a rule, like both of us can't be upset at the same time. So if she's upset, I try to keep it cool. If I'm upset, vice versa. But I'm getting mad because one, I'm really still pissed off that you hung up in my face. Two, I feel like the police, y'all all working together. This is a scheme that Ty set up to come to you with the bullshit. Okay, y'all all working together. It's pissing me off. Her stuff is stolen. Now we ready to go. When I tell y'all, we could not get out of Africa quick enough. We could not get out of Africa quick enough. She filed like a little hotel claim. That ain't do nothing. I mean, we don't live there. What we going back to trial in Africa for some charges? Yeah, she had to reorder everything, and it was about $500 or $600. Like, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And yeah, I said, damn, y'all robbing us in the hotel. This was the safe haven, right? We not on the streets of Africa. Y'all came into our hotel room and robbed us. It was definitely the maintenance man that definitely went in there. I said, where the cameras at? Both of us an attorney. So where y'all camera at? Oh, our camera's not working. Oh, how come me? Got you. This is why, guys, when I said in that video that even though your stuff is put in a safe, do not think that it's completely safe, because it's not. If you put your stuff in this hotel safe and they tell you to put a code in it, God forbid something happened and you forget the code or the code ain't working. There is always an access to that safe. Hotels have keys. They have the little I don't know. We ain't been back, okay? Because that hotels have keys to get in safes. Hotels have ways to get into your safe. So even though your stuff is set, put in a safe, it is not 1000% safe. Moral of the story, guys, when you guys go out the country, lock your stuff in a locked suitcase. Now, don't do like I did when I got to Bangkok. I locked my stuff in the locked suitcase and then lost the key, and then they had to use like a blowtorch to get it off. That's neither here nor there though. See, just lock your stuff up. And also another good safety traveling tip is when I'm by myself, especially when I'm by myself, I booby trap my room. When I'm by myself, I very rarely allow staff to come in there and clean. I do it myself. It's just me. I can use all this house. It's just me. I don't need you to do nothing. I will ask for water, ask for towels. But if they do come in, I always booby trap my stuff to make sure. Like, I'll do something crazy like wrap a towel under something or wrap something around my luggage. Like, you have no business touching this. And if it's moved, I know you've been in here. And so now I need to check my stuff. And it sucks you have to be that way, that you have to go through those safety precautions when you're on vacation. But guys, it is what it is. It's hard out here for everybody. People like, well, what they gonna do with you? They gonna sell them iPhone and iPad, and they gonna sell those chargers, guys. Like, that stuff is expensive, and I'm sure that's what the maintenance guy did. He picked it up, probably looked in and said, oh, this ain't makeup. These chargers, these real chargers, these iPhone chargers, these Apple chargers. Moral of the story, guys, lock your stuff up. Lock your stuff up, because we thought we were safe in Africa, and we weren't. We were robbed. Okay. She was robbed of her stuff, and they robbed me of a telephone conversation, and they hung up in my face. But I went down there and got it together. Don't try to lie and say you didn't do it. Don't try to lie and say Manny ain't steal her stuff, because y'all did, okay? Yeah. Anywho, that is my Africa story. I want you guys to try to figure out the state that the city that we were in Africa. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, guys, be safe out there. Bye. All right, guys, so we went to the Mandela House. This is an example of a schedule itinerary for Gate 1. We went to the Birds of Eden. Here we are at Safaris. We went to this super well-known restaurant here in Africa. Well, in Africa. This is more from the Mandela House. And the food, guys, was, it was all right. We love seeing the animals. Like I said, the views there are absolutely phenomenal. And it's not what you see on TV. So, yeah, give it a try.